Good morning. It's 9 a.m. I know, gay people when it's 9 a.m. Look at Luna. She's just as tired as I am. We're still trying to recuperate after Stonewall Pride, but there's a lot going on and we need to get this week started right. I'm gonna talk about LGBTQ plus stuff and get our week started right, baby. So grab a cup of Joe. I love me some Joe. Some dark roasted Colombian. Delicious. We've got some things to talk about. It's gonna be a great week.
Rainbows, gay boys, hashtag that girl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word. Is that girl the girl of all our dreams? She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, hashtag that girl. Pride-filled, tea-dance, Wilton. Is that girl Latina, but she's universal too. If you find a girl to love, only one girl to love, then she'll be that girl too. That girl.
Good morning, LGBTQ plus South Florida. This is the first gay weekly morning TV show in the world. And I'm FayWhat. I'm all about our community, and I want to talk about our interesting world. We have people to meet, we have events to attend, and it's time to plan out our week, because we busy, baby. You may have noticed, I'm a girl. We call it a lesbian. And you may have also noticed that we don't rule the gay boy world. Yet. I'm working on it. But that's okay, because I'm a gay boy too. So as the FayWhat show develops, you are going to agree with me that everyone in the L, the G, the B, the T, and the Q community, well, we have more in common than the things that separate us. I'll be here with special friends every Monday at 9 a.m. bright and early to start off your week. And I'll be inviting special guests and other friends to make our time together lots of fun and so special. First up, I'm joined by the world famous Venus D'Lite. Let's welcome to the FayWhat show, Venus D'Lite. So Venus has been impersonating Madonna for 20 years now, one of the pioneering legends of RuPaul's Drag Race. She's been called the #1 Madonna impersonator by MTV, AOL, TLC, and E! Network, and has spent over $200,000, yes, you heard me right, $200,000 to look like Madonna. And that is just the beginning of this diva. Welcoming to the FayWhat show. Here is my girl. What's going on?
What now? Is the surgery done? What? RuPaul, what do you want? Oh, God. Instagram. Golly. Twitter now. What do you want? Oh.
Mama, thank you so much for being in bed with me
thank you
today,
so
Mama.
much.
I know that, we just got home from Stonewall weekend, and I could tell by your glasses, you had a good time partying.
Oh my God, let me tell you something. I got a really good sweat from that weekend. Let me tell you, I got a really good sweat. I mean, I don't even need to go to sauna.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I got a really good sweat.
You really did. And I've seen you perform. Your ass be sweating.
I be sweating, but also, I don't need to even go to Jenny Craig this weekend. Because I definitely have my calorie deficient, because I only ate cheese and crackers.
That's it.
That's it.
And that's all you ate all
and
weekend.
Pretzels.
Okay.
And pretzels. So that's all I ate.
That's all. Okay, so there is the winning combination. If you want to lose weight and look like this beautiful diva, just eat pretzels.
I have
and saltines and shit.
Saltines and carne asada tacos. I'm not kidding. That is actually, when I used to have the blonde ambition body, I only ate carne asada tacos.
Shut up. You're just
I'm not kidding. No, I'm not kidding.
So what you're saying, when you had the blonde ambition body, that is like referring to Madonna's blonde ambition body, when she was like tone fit, thin, and all you were eating then were carne
asada tacos.
Well, that's BS. That's bull.
No, I'm kidding. Not kidding you. Actually, if you go online and you look it up, it's a very lean protein, and the corn street tacos has no carbs, so it's a very lean meal alternative to like get the muscle you want. So yeah, that's all I eat.
Well, I've seen your boy, I've seen your partner, I've seen your hunky other half. He kind of looks like a carne asada, kind of, right there.
I want to eat him all.
Is that what you call him? Like on the side sometimes?
No, I call him a Care Bear.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, he's
I
a little
like
carrot.
that.
Yeah, he's got the little, but una pancita, pero muy chico. Little chico pancita, and he's so smiling,
He's
and
adorable. He
he's
does not have a
adorable.
pancita.
A little bit,
Look,
just a little bit.
you
The carrots have they're not like
no,
little bit big, but they're just like, they're just a little like little fluffy,
little fluffy.
little
I
fluffy.
got you.
Yeah,
So Venus, you have God, you have so much of a background to talk about. Like you've been
I
on
know.
a million trillion shows, and everybody keeps on referring to you as a drag race queen, but that is like the least interesting thing about you. Like you've got so many other incredible things
I know.
that make you up.
I'm the Elizabeth Taylor of drag queens. I really am.
So what does that mean? That you have slept with a lot of
No, I've been married off and on. I've been in many scandals. A lot.
like what? What was the scandal?
Well, I would say I pushed RuPaul's grandchild one. That
What do you mean you pushed RuPaul's grandchild?
Shangela.
Okay, what about her?
Well, because I got into a quote unquote like
Argument?
an altercation with her on,
Did wigs get pulled?
yeah, they did. They did. That
Ooh.
I pushed her, wigs were pulled, and people took that seriously.
Did she deserve it? She deserved it. By your face, she obviously did. Okay, no. The silence is totally understanding. I get it.
No, it's no silence. It's just like you know, uh, she was storylined into the show. Absolutely. And I called her out. But being young like that, you don't call people out like that if you want to stay on a show like that.
Do you regret doing that?
No.
So you would do it again? Because you just said you don't do that to stay on a show.
Well,
So you're like,
here's the thing. If I wasn't the blunt bitch that I am, I would not be here.
no, it's true.
I
You
would
wouldn't have been on all those shows.
I
you've
would
been
be
on.
like Magnolia Crawford. I would
Who
be
wants
like
to be like
I would
Magnolia
be like
Crawford?
Serena Chacha.
Mm.
I mean, she's in on All Stars, but has she had a moment like that? I mean, come on, it's just like her makeup lines are like, "Hello, I have a little favorite makeup line for you. I just want to promote it." It's like, girl, like, here's the thing, you got to be real. Good example, Tammy Brown.
Okay.
Tammy Brown has never ever
She's transparent.
she's transparent,
Mm.
and she's never been away from her image ever, and she's always been how she is, and she would and that's how I am. It's like, why should I like walk away from my image to appease
So you think that's what happened? You think that like they're trying to make you kind of like a follower, and you were like, no way, I can't.
no, yes, of course, yeah. And same with Tammy Brown.
What did they
And
want you to be
but
that
it's
you're
just
not?
but the thing with the difference between me and Tammy Brown, I didn't lip sync for Shangela. Their
There's a
little baby.
difference.
Yes.
They're little baby.
She said goodbye. I'm done. I I kind of ruffled I kind of roughened up the drag races babies.
But then you did that and you moved on to bigger things. I mean, like, you became the #1 Madonna impersonator freaking everywhere. You were everywhere on every show that everybody was watching in the middle of the day. You were on it.
Sure. And that wasn't with their help though.
That was
No,
all on your own.
that was all my own. Yeah. It was all my own. Because during that first year, I wasn't they didn't allow me to do other TV shows. It was all under their control. So after that year went up, so the thing with being on that show is that when you're on that show that year, you get everything and anything. Afterwards, you gotta fend for
You're
yourself.
on your own.
You're on your own. So I was in LA based. So I had the connections, and so they knew I did very good television. So the casting people that I worked with and networks knew about me, so they gave me other chances to
So,
to promote me as a Madonna, not so much as a drag queen, I would say.
and you said during that time, RuPaul queens weren't as interesting and as followed and as celebrities like they are now.
No, what happened was it was still a growing show, so it really was it was still acquiring a fan base. So the fan base was really following what was the message that was sent to them, or what to do, or how you should follow this because she's a winner, or it wasn't so much of
It wasn't so
it
scripted.
wasn't a equal opportunity. Like, hey, let's praise drag queens, every drag queen that's on the show, because hey, it wasn't a lot of drag queens or transgenders or LGBTQ, put out in the media. It was really like, okay, well, let's you should like this drag queen because she's top 3 or top 2. No, and I didn't agree with that. No, I think it's been very hard for the LGBTQ community and drag entertainment and the trans community, to expose themselves
Hmm.
as entertainers. And I think everything should be celebrated in that, not so much just a winner of a challenge, weekly challenger, like um or a whole show. I agree.
Do you still keep in touch with any of the drag queens from RuPaul's?
Mostly the queens I worked with in the past, like Jasmine Masters is one of my definite contacts who I contact a lot. Stacey Lane Matthews is another one. I would say the outspoken girls. Definitely the outspoken girls. Not so much like the girls who, kind of can tell that has a script in front of them. Just, I'm just saying.
Let's talk about you were on this other show that I remember watching, my Strange Addiction,
Yeah.
where they talked about the over 200 grand in plastic surgery that you had
Yes.
gotten.
Yes.
Any regrets? Like you were on a mission and you made it happen.
Here's the thing. I didn't want to do the show at first. I didn't want to do it because I wasn't in a good place in my life, and the RuPaul's Drag Race had was contributing to a spiral of mental health and bad places in my life. And so that's where I was at in my life when Strange Addiction called. So I had discussed this with my manager about them, what their plan was. He told me to do it. And um I I took his advice and I did it. And, I knew it wasn't the most prestigious show to do.
Oh, but still.
And it wasn't the most like glamorous um or more like
Or popular or
more
something
like
like that.
honest or
Yeah.
popular
Mhm.
show to do. But I did it, and um to my surprise, it took off. It was so much rocket fuel, and I can't regret it because it honestly it was questionable at the beginning, the first year, but then after the first year, I got so much fan mail, and
People still watch that episode today,
they
honey.
still
They
do.
still watch it today.
But they understand it now because they can see it's like, we know you're not trying to waste your life away. I guess you can say you're trying to be honest with yourself, you're trying to be honest with your art, but the struggle is between the people who quote unquote love you or support you, but do they really support you?
Or they just loving you and supporting you for the time or for what you can do for them.
Or what their image of what they want you to be should be.
So you're talking about image. RuPaul is it's a RuPaul show. My Strange Addiction, Ricky Lake. You were on a slew of shows.
Slew of shows, yeah.
And during that time, you're suffering from mental health issues, where you're saying, okay, RuPaul's Drag Race put me in a place that I didn't like, put me in a
Yes.
dark place. Do you think that that's why you jumped in head first to making yourself look as much like Madonna as possible?
No, never. No. No, I had already been performing for 10 years before I was on RuPaul.
As
And
Madonna also.
yeah, as Madonna.
Mhm.
Yes. So here was the thing. Before RuPaul, impersonation was really big. So um impersonation was like, if you did impersonation, you were booked more for gigs. You were definitely working more in the drag slash female impersonation field. And so there was definitely inspiration from others in who were had more experience than me in that field towards me saying, "Hey, you know what? You should uh enhance your looks. You should do this plastic surgery, or you should invest in this or invest in that." So, it interested me because I had already been told uh that my impersonation was I had a following for it.
Girl, you look so much
So,
like her, and even your dance moves and everything. Like you were on point, on point,
thank
on point,
you.
even today. So
So, it was a response. So I reacted to the response and I only accentuated it. I only added more of spice to it. So what I had back then and early in my career, I just accentuated it. I added more. So when I got the surgeries, it just added more to people wanting to um,
book you more,
book me
see you
more,
more.
see me more. So, after RuPaul, no. What happened with RuPaul as far as mental health was that it was a huge rejection. And
Did you feel abandoned by them after?
I felt abandoned by RuPaul, A World of Wonder, by the girls, by my peers. I felt abandoned. And it was a rejection. It was a rejection that I could not handle. And when you're rejected like that on a huge public scale, you really feel alone. And um, being alone in a dark room is an awful place that you could be in
Mhm.
because it makes you doubt yourself. And I already had 10 years. So imagine coming from like 10 years of producing shows on your own, being with elite drag entertainment groups, being on RuPaul's Drag Race, to all of a sudden like being knocked off and having a huge public rejection. It's not healthy for an individual,
Mm.
for the brain, and it does create trauma.
Do you keep positive people around you today to make sure that
Every
you are
single day.
that you
Yes.
don't go back to that dark place?
Every single day at the time, when you're in a dark place, you definitely kind of like have like a blinking light of it's like you know how there's a no vacancy.
Sign, yeah.
Yes, so you definitely when you're in a dark place you definitely have the vacancy sign blinking for like the most toxic and dark people in your life.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of those freaking
Yeah,
people,
you
right?
do.
You gotta get rid of those
Absolutely.
people. Let's talk about your OnlyFans page. So I was like, she's got OnlyFans. And then a friend of mine was like, no, bitch, she's got OnlyFans pages. So what is it? Tell me when most people got into this during COVID. Was
Yes.
that when you decided to get on as well?
Yes, I got into it during COVID, and
Subscribe today.
that's actually off. So
Why did you stop doing it?
well, because a couple reasons. So when I did it, I didn't want to do it. What my manager convinced me to do it. So he said, "Hey, you just got a light bone transfer. You got a new body. You should make money off of it.
Show it off.
Show it off." So I thought, I've taken his advice, and he's always given me good advice. So I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I mean, so I had just spent the money on the surgery, and then I did an OnlyFans, and I made that whole money back.
Nice.
Surprisingly.
Wait a minute, you're saying that you made that 200 grand plus
No,
back?
no.
No.
The money for the lipo and transfer,
okay.
definitely, I made that
Uh-huh.
back.
And so you were ready to show it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yes, I was.
Did you have sex on camera?
No, never did. No, it was all individual. So I literally was like Marilyn
Ooh,
Monroe. I was like
nice.
I was like a
So
calendar
would
girl.
people tell you what to do, or was it all you?
It was all me and my creation, but it literally was like it was innocent. It wasn't so much. It wasn't like Aja Aja's OnlyFans or what's the Asian girl? What's her name? Golly, what's her name? The really skinny one. God, I
Let's see.
forget
There's
her
only
name.
been 143 seasons
Oh,
of Drag Race.
Plastic
18.
Tiara.
Okay,
Plastic
Plastique.
Tiara.
Plastique.
Yeah, it wasn't like her, her OnlyFans. It's very classy. It was very innocent.
So you're saying Plastique's OnlyFans is not innocent and pretty?
I mean, well,
Venus, you're hysterical. So it was innocent. Okay.
it was innocent. It was innocent.
But
It
you
was,
had people that loved you and got subscriptions and wanted to see what you
yeah,
were
they
doing.
did. Yeah, I did. They did, and and surprising to me, I was just, they, they tuned in, they subscribed, they supported me throughout COVID, which was honestly, a blessing in disguise. But
Because we didn't have any money coming in.
no,
There
we
were
didn't
no
have any money
events to
coming in.
perform at. There was
But
nowhere to make money.
I had stated this a long time ago. I wanted the front to match the back, so
Mm-hmm. So you were able to get that done as well.
yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
then it served its purpose. So was that why you were like, I'm done?
Well, I was done because also, I had I had met my boyfriend, and um
How is it dating you? Would you date you?
I'm dating me right now. We have the same birthday.
Do you?
We do.
So are you similar in that aspect?
We're similar, but we do have the balance. Absolutely.
Okay,
Because
and I've met him and he's adorable,
he's
super cute
adorable.
Latino. I just want to dip
But
him in caramel and just like, eat him.
we're
Qué lindo.
where I'm definitely like covering all the bases in one area,
He's got the
he's
rest.
not. He went the other area where he's covering the bases, I'm I'm not.
You
So
fit.
it's a very good fit.
Did he ask you to stop doing the OnlyFans, or was that your own choice
It was
because
my
you were
choice.
with him now?
No. It was my choice because I had June, July of last year, I had announced I was HIV positive on another interview.
Mhm.
So I did not that I'm saying, HIV positive individuals can't be sexy or can't have an
Many are,
OnlyFans.
of course.
That's not what I'm saying. But my plan is to make more awareness of it. And so but would I like to continue to tie in sexuality with HIV undetectable individuals? Absolutely.
I think that would be an incredible
I would
platform.
love.
Like National Testing Day is coming up. Gilead is always doing testing all around the country.
Right.
It's so important
It's
to
so-
know your status.
It is. It's so important. And so, but I didn't, I was also I was really trying to concentrate on my relationship with South Florida, with my boyfriend, with myself, because I was living in Mexico for 3 years. So I did
Yeah,
I
so
wa-
were you hiding from someone? Why the hell were
No,
you
no,
in
no, no,
Mexico
no.
for 3 years?
No, I was
Did you
actually
change your name and stuff?
No, I was married.
You're married. Okay,
I was married,
you
yes.
are like
I am
a
the-
starlet, like
I'm the
from the
Elizabeth
50s.
Taylor
You are
drag queens,
Elizabeth
yes.
Taylor, yeah.
Yes.
How many times you been married?
Oh God.
I have a question, right? Like,
Wait.
how many rings you got? And I don't mean cock rings.
One, two, three.
She's still counting. Oh my God.
Hold on a second. Wait.
Ay, Dios mío.
1, 2, 3.
Did you marry any of those guys twice?
No.
Okay.
4 times.
4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah. 4 times.
4
yeah.
times.
4
So
times,
fifth
yeah.
time, the 5th time might be the charm.
No, well, no, I don't see it that way. Here's the thing, like, I call myself the Elizabeth Taylor drag queens because
You're gorgeous.
well, thank you. See, every husband she was with was very different.
Mhm.
It was like it was a polar opposite of everybody. So she was married to one for a very long time, and I was married to one for 11 years. So so there was that, and then she got with she got with her friend's best, her friend's husband. She got with a farmer.
What? A
She
farmer?
she got with a person in rehab. So, I've just gotten with people from very different
got
different
some-
places.
You've got more of a messed up picker than I do.
I
How about you stay with Caramelito that you have now, because
Oh,
he
no,
seems to be really good, on point, and awesome. And you also work with him, though. How is that
do
work?
we
Like,
do.
I can't work with my wife. Like, no.
Well, here's the
no.
thing, we for people who are are performers, it's very important to work with somebody who understands your lifestyle. And before we met, after I was grieving, over the loss, over the separation of my ex-husband, I I was getting comfortable being by myself, but I put it out there. If I meet somebody, they have to understand my line of work
Yeah.
because if not, it's just going to be a disaster like it was again. Because here's the thing: there's there's a drag queen husband and there's an audience husband, and you don't want to be with
You
audience
don't want the
husband.
audience husband.
No,
No.
not at all, because they're just going to watch you and think you have everything. Uh, y- you have everything going. You're able to do everything versus no, you can't do everything on your own.
Yeah.
You do need help. It takes a lot of help to look this cheap. And so he understands that. And but he doesn't
Does he get jealous?
no. No.
So when other men are fawning over you and just nothing, he's fine with it.
No, not at all. No, because it just the thing is like when you're a performer, when you're a star, when your artist is highlighted and you have a following, you will get a lot of fans or
Mhm.
fangirls, I like to
Yeah.
call them, and you have to have the communication with your partner to be like they don't mean anything to
Yeah,
me.
exactly.
But also
They're a fan.
exactly.
They're important because they're a fan, of course, but
Right.
they're a fan and it's okay.
And it's okay. And it's part of the situation. But
So,
it means nothing to I don't take into consideration their invitations or anything.
yeah. So you were in Mexico for a couple of years,
Yeah.
hiding from the mob, and now
The
you are
Illuminati.
the Illuminati, whatever you want to say. Hiding from my crazy Colombian mother. Who knows? I am glad that you're back in South Florida personally. And I was at Holy Mackerel a couple weeks back. And I love the fact that you're bringing a Saturday brunch. Everybody goes to brunch on Sunday. I got to go to church on Sunday to make up for all the bad shit I did all week. You understand? So I prefer a brunch on Saturday to get things moving and oiled. And so what do you think? What do you think about Holy Mackerel? I mean, what a great little space.
Well, here's the thing about Holy Mackerel. I have been performing there for a year with Daisy Dead Petals.
Daisy D. Mhm.
She's been my friend of 10 years, and when I was literally running out of COVID money and alone in
Mhm.
Mexico, I messaged her and I said, I need to be booked somewhere because I'm just California, we have nothing. And she's okay, Diva, well, come on over, I'll hook you up. So she
Aw.
invited me and um the the month or two invitation turned out to be a year invitation. And so she booked me and then I got to know Holy Mackerel because of her. And they said Daisy wasn't available for Saturday brunches, but they wanted somebody. So they invited me and said, we love to have you. So that's how the marriage started from there. But the thing is, like, I've always had a big fondness for the quote unquote straight audience that likes drag
Mm-hmm.
because they were my angels for a little bit there. I can tell you the story. It's an
Please.
interesting story because when I first got on RuPaul, I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't go at any club without being recognized. It's true.
Mm-hmm.
And um, Thursday nights during that year was my friend night. I would take all my friends out. I'd give them drugs or alcohol, and
Have a party. Mm-hmm.
and or pay their entry fee, and I take them out. But anytime I went out with them to a gay club, I get recognized, and I couldn't have a quiet moment. So we changed the plan, and so I would take them to straight clubs. And what was interesting was they welcomed us with a big hug,
Love
and it
that.
was interesting
And that's not
because
usually the case when it comes
no,
to the
no, no,
straight
no,
community
no,
to us. That's so
no.
beautiful.
It was always so fearful that it was gonna be like high school or college
Mhm.
where we'd be made fun of
Or bullied or
or
something like that. And
bullied
that wasn't the
or
case.
or get beat up, and it was not the case. Like all the straight clubs I went to, they welcomed me with open
Well,
arms.
and Holy Mackerel has the straight community. You see a
Yes, they
bunch of
do.
the the football-looking boys at the
Yeah,
bar, and they're
right.
enjoying it, and they're loving every
Oh,
minute of it.
they're enjoying it. And that just goes back. This was 11 years ago. So it just goes back to now. Like back then, as a minority, we're welcomed in that community. And it's the same now. But I don't think a lot of girls have kind of like um walked outside their bubble and realized that.
Yeah.
And realized, there is a huge audience
And
for
we can
that.
go to the straight clubs now. It's not like
Absolutely.
before.
No, it's not
No.
like before. And be welcomed by
Yeah, and be
that.
welcomed, and it not be a big deal.
No.
Venus, where do you see yourself now? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, you've had a 20-year career now, more than 20 years. Holy crap. Where do you see yourself? What is the next chapter of Venus D'Lite? I mean, you keep on reinventing yourself. What is next?
I do. Well, it's my 20th anniversary in August. I'm probably only going to do this for 5 more years. I think it's a big milestone to do it for 25 years,
Okay.
and I'm okay with that. In the next 5 years, I'd love to meet Madonna. I haven't met her yet. I would love to actually, in the last couple of years, being having being a having been infected with HIV, it changes your life. And the one thing I really don't agree with is having a consistent lifestyle with drugs. And a lot of people with HIV go to drugs, they go to meth, they go to cocaine, they go to weed, but that's just not healthy for your body.
Meth
Not
is
at
killing
all.
our community.
It's
Okay,
killing our
that's something that
community.
we don't even talk about anymore, and
No,
it's
it's the
super
reason
sad.
that I got HIV.
Mm.
That's the honest reason. So, as over the years, I've gotten a love for cooking, and I think that
Ooh, a cooking show?
a cooking
Venus
show,
D'Lite does
yeah,
a cooking
yes,
show.
and Madonna does a
Listen, if
cooking
Trixie
show,
Mattel can do a
a
hotel show, a
hotel,
motel show, why can't you do a cooking show? I see it. Don't you
absolutely.
guys see it? I'd be watching that. I totally be watching. Okay,
And
so that's what I'm gonna look
but
out for.
during COVID, I got to learn a lot about cooking, and I
What's your
realized,
favorite meal to make?
oh my, drunk chicken.
Drunk chicken.
Drunk chicken,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Does that taste like roofie chicken? Is
No,
it kind of the same
no,
thing?
it's chicken cooked with red wine and beer,
Ooh.
and it's a Mexican dish. It's very exotic, and it's very easy to make. But I just think that I think you really get to know yourself, get to know others, and then get to know a whole group of people with food. And you get to
Yeah,
sit down, you get to talk, and also, I mean, alcohol's gonna be included.
of
So,
course.
you can't. I mean, any chef does not cook sober.
Right?
The ones I
Never
know.
trust a chef that
No,
cooks sober, according
no,
to Venus
absolutely
D'Lite.
not.
That was her advice for the day.
Exactly. So, I've really gotten to be fall in love with food.
Nice. I love that.
And Elizabeth Taylor did fall in love with food. So when I grew
So there you go. You're
so
following down her same
I
path.
know. So I would definitely like to educate people, how to cook meals. I mean, shit, we have gas prices that are
Through the roof.
astronomical right now.
Through the roof.
We
Yep.
have, the inflation
Yep.
with fast food and everything.
Everything is
And
expensive.
people want to go home and cook, but they don't know
They don't know
how.
how. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
know at
actually
all.
very easy if you know the essentials. But I think that it doesn't have to be scary. It can be actually fun with with a little shot here and there,
Yeah.
a little like conversation, because you can actually have a good conversation with somebody
Completely.
cooking food,
Completely.
and then that's your audience. And
Yes.
then so I've gotten to learn that, and then also with that, I definitely want to move forward with more advocacy for HIV/AIDS prevention and treatment, because um, it's still a stigma,
It's a
unfortunately.
huge stigma, and it's so important. And it's still affecting our community. We don't have a cure yet. It's not,
No,
just because people are on meds, and it's not how it was in the 80s, of course, but it's
no.
still a grueling part of our community. And people need to get tested and know their status and
People
know
need to
what's
get
up and
tested,
get
know status.
educated, where it's like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm not going to sleep with him. He's HIV. I mean, come on, get educated, idiots. I mean, there's a lot to be learned out
right,
there, and you can do that. So I
right.
appreciate that on behalf of the LGBTQ plus community, because education is key. It's how we get ahead.
It's key. And let me tell you something. This is gonna sound weird, maybe, but I let's say a cure comes about, I wouldn't want it.
You want to just have, you
You
would
know,
stay how you are now.
yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because it's been, I would, here's the thing, like everybody has, um, everybody has tragedies in their life. Everybody has,
Everybody has a
everybody
story.
everybody
Everybody has
has
a
a story,
journey.
everybody has bad times.
Yes.
So it's like, okay, like, this, do I consider this a tragedy? No. I took care of it, I handled it. But, I wouldn't, I couldn't just be like, oh, well, this can be cured, this can be, solved. I think any challenge gives you strength.
Of course.
And I see it as a strength.
And I think
It's
at
like,
this point, it's part of you.
right. And I think it's like, why, if I did change it, would I want somebody to love me because I fixed it?
You want somebody to love you for you.
Yeah,
And that's it.
absolutely.
And that's all that
Yeah.
matters.
And that's all that matters.
Miss Venus, thank you so much for being on our show today.
you.
Like, you are a doll. I love that you still came dressed in your Stonewall outfit. Because that's how we freaking roll here on the FayWhat show. Thank you so much. I wish you all the success in the future. I definitely will get to Holy Mackerel. If you're down here in South Florida, go to Holy Mackerel on Saturdays. Make sure that you follow her on all social media platforms to see where she's at and where she's going to pop up next and when that cooking show comes. I see that cooking show on the Food Network or something. Jada, get your skinny ass out of here, okay? I got a replacement for you right now, all right? Thank you, Mamita. We will have you on the show next time for sure, right? We'll be right back. Thank you, Venus, for joining me in bed. Wasn't she incredible? She was so much fun. So, the FayWhat show is filmed at our permanent set at the Happening Out television studios on the campus of Sunshine Cathedral, the world's largest queer church. Happening Out broadcasts the live Sunday services every week at 10:30 a.m. Eastern as part of our partnership. Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
Hello, I'm Effie Pissarro from American Idol, and Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
Is our community important to you? If it is, I hope you will share this experience. Please like the FayWhat show on YouTube or Facebook. And huge news, you should be watching the FayWhat show on broadcast television by now. In addition to social media platforms, you can tune in on Roku, Apple TV, Google TV, or Amazon Fire TV. I want you to support me in this endeavor. So before I finish, I want to tell you what I've been thinking about. I call it Faye, what's on my mind? So with Pride Month still going on strong, and this past weekend being Stonewall Pride, I am exhausted still, aren't you? I always tell folks to bring our allies to Pride. I always do. We need them. But what makes an ally a great ally? Allies, you are on my mind this week. There is a lot of debate on what good allyship looks like. There are two kinds of allies, those who lift up the queer community and those who seem more concerned with lifting up themselves. We know them, right? So how do you become part of the better group? Well, be curious and be open-minded. If you already know the basic concepts of what it means to be gay, bisexual, transgender, non-binary, asexual, etc., you know what? That's great. But you should also recognize that there is no one way to be any of these things. LGBTQ plus people have different experiences and perspectives, and things like class, race, gender, disability, nationality can add to one's experience of discrimination and oppression. The LGBTQ plus community movement is also relatively new, and many people are only beginning to find the terms and concepts to really describe themselves. So always be willing to learn about new identities and new experiences, all right? Next, learn to pass the mic and learn to speak up but not over us. You know, as an ally, it's important to speak up for the marginalized and oppressed, especially if people in positions of power are trying to silence us. But it's also important to let people advocate for themselves and tell their own stories. They're so powerful that way. So the idea of passing the mic to LGBTQ+ people who may feel afraid to speak or who aren't given the opportunity to do so, well, uplift the voices of the activists and the advocates. And it gives them a way to put them into discussions that really do concern them. Try to recognize your privilege also, allies. As a straight and/or cisgender person, you are inherently more privileged than the rest of us who aren't. That means that you may not know what it means to be denied certain rights. You may have certain safety nets that others do not, and blind spots that you really can't even recognize immediately. Understanding this allows you to be a better ally. Also, take action. You can't just identify as an ally and call it a day. You know, being nice to LGBTQ+ people, well, it's great, but it's the bare minimum of allyship, like the bare minimum. You like a gay boy because he makes you look cute? No, that's not being an ally. Put your privilege into action by speaking up against discriminatory remarks or oppressive policies at school, work, or in social situations, calling out your friends for making offensive jokes, even when there are no LGBTQ people around. Showing up to protests and pride events, remember, there is strength in numbers. The bottom line is that being a straight ally, it means standing up for your LGBTQ+ friends and family members, even when it's not easy. And I'm here to tell you that it's not always going to be easy to stand up for our community. It means using your privilege to help others and speaking out against discrimination and hate. And it means being there for your queer friends, always, period. If you want to be a better straight ally, start by educating yourself on the issues that affect LGBTQ+ people, because girl, boy, non-binary, tough months are coming, and you are our key to success, okay? You know, are the allies of all these groups. You are our key to our success, allies, and we need you so much, and we need you to try to understand us and our plight. We love you, and just can't wait to see you at everything that we do, because you are a part of us. And a big shout out to the allies that we see all the time. You guys are just everything, everything, everything. One of my special allies in my life, her name is Michelle. She gets a new ally shirt every time there's a pride parade. I love her. She had this crazy ass bedazzled one this last weekend. It was insane. That's suiting up and showing up, and we appreciate it, and we love you. So until next time at 9 a.m. live or anytime on demand, I am FayWhat, and I am #thatgirl. Have a great week. I'll see you guys next time.
Rainbows, gay boys, #thatgirl. Sunbeams, drag queens, L-word is that girl, the girl of all our dreams. She's everything that every girl should be. Aqua, South Beach, #thatgirl. Pride-filled tea dance, Wilton is that girl, Latina but she's you.
So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat show. Get the week's